Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of RV Business Capital Talk, sponsored by Eric Sell. I'm Rick Kessler from RV Business. Pinch hitting for Sherman today is Gary Gerard, our editor at RV Business, and joining the two of us is Phil Sarvari. Phil, of course, is the longtime president over at Gulfstream Coach in Nappanee, Indiana. Phil, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Good so how are things in Nappanee, Indiana this time of year?
Well, things are great. The weather is absolutely fantastic. Summer's come. It's camping season.
Finally, right? Finally, geez.
Finally, yes.
So give us a rundown. What's the company update? How are things from Gulfstream's perspective?
Things are going well. It isn't COVID season anymore, so everyone has to adapt. And speaking with a lot of dealers, they're being a little bit conservative, but they're upbeat overall. I don't want to say getting their house in order, but they made adjustments and strategy adjustments to their planning and running their business, which is appropriate, like we all had to.
Well, yeah, it's no secret. We're in what can best be described as a soft retail market. But dealers are telling you they're still pretty, I don't know about bold, but they're looking to the future, and the future still looks bright.
Oh, absolutely. I would say the best way to put it, the last year they spent their time cleansing their inventory and getting rid of older models or many duplicate and triplicates of what they had. And what's important, they're realigning their inventories to make sure that they have the right floor plans for today's consumer.
So from an OEM standpoint, you guys were hair on fire for a while there because of COVID. Does this give you a chance maybe to catch your breath and come out with some new products?
Oh, great question. Great question. The first thing we did, as others were laying off and in this, what I would call a downturn that I thought we've bottomed out of, is look for our strategic future and getting the right people in the right place for growth. Because let's face it, all of us that have been in this industry a while have been through this before. And at Gulfstream Coach, we're looking at adding additional leaders in our place. We just recently added a new director of operations, and his number one goal is to go back through and look at our process and procedures in terms of quality control. And that's our number one focus. And we've been a company that's always looked at quality and value and innovation. And till this day, I still believe, and in the future, the company with the best quality is going to win.
You guys are staring down 50th anniversary too, aren't you?
Oh, it'd be a few years, but we're in our 41st year of being independent and answering to our dealers and making sure we take care of them, and very proud. And as you're aware, we're debt-free, very nimble, very flexible, try to be on top of the market, not all the time being exactly right, but listening to our dealers and then responding to their needs.
So going back to Gary's question on, there's some product, I know we saw the Trail Boss not that long ago, but give us an update on your lineup, please.
Yep. Well, we'll start with the Trail Boss. We've added 2 new floor plans, and the product's retailing very, very well. And we're adding about 3 new dealers each and every week. And that product is obviously a smaller unit. It's for the adventurer, fits in that category, and it's at a very low price point, which dealers need to bring in customers, and product's doing very well. So that's the Trail Boss. The other thing we're working on, Rick, is we're developing a new laminated series that is feature packed, but is affordable for the consumer. We thought that was important in today's lineup, going back to, let's just say, all the increased costs and pricing, that started out in, let's say, early 20. So we're trying to get back to targeted price points for our dealers and for the retail consumers.
Is that something you're saving for open house, maybe?
Yes, we have a few prototypes going now in the planning. We're tweaking them and getting some dealer input, and we certainly want to make sure that the product is right for the market. And our dealers are right there on the front line, so there's nobody better than you can listen to than your dealers.
Good point. Those are on the towable side, of course.
Yes.
How about motorized?
Motorized, let's see, late fall, we came out with a video, a couple called the Russos. We're the Russos, and
Yes.
they took our little 5210 BT Cruiser, and it's been phenomenal. We're getting tremendous response from merchandising and marketing that video out there. There's over 2.1 million viewers in that BT Cruiser lineup. People such as our dealers and retail consumers were getting tremendous input on our website on their recommendations on how to even yet improve the product that's doing very, very well out there. So our BT Cruisers has really taken off in the last 5 months.
Yeah, Joe and Kate Russo are good friends of mine, and they were telling me about that video also. And congratulations! It's amazing what marketing has become nowadays. But if it works, it works.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Any update on? It's been a hit from day one, but how about the Vista?
Oh, the Vista and Vintage Cruiser are doing great. We introduced, just to get some input from our dealers and the consumers, a Laura Ashley design package.
Wow.
That is well received. We've worked with the president there at Laura Ashley that came in and worked with our team to design and develop products with, let's call it, their materials. So that's going to be a great hit coming up here.
No kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, we limited it to a few models, trying to streamline production and again keep efficiencies and keep the quality.
Okay. The to circle back again to the quote unquote state of the market, do you prefer a crystal ball or do you like to read tea leaves when it comes to forecasting?
Oh boy, what a great question. If you'd asked me last November, would have told you that, hey, we finally bottomed out and the market's on the upswing. Dealers are feeling good. And I was wrong. And you asked me in February, listening to the dealers, the early shows were tremendous. I said, okay, now we're bottomed out. I feel today, as I mentioned earlier, that the dealers are positioning themselves for stronger growth, and that will happen. The American people are resilient. Our dealers are resilient. This entire industry is resilient. We just have to be cognizant of the fact that we have to look at price points, and people buy at price points, and hopefully very soon we'll get a rate reduction from Uncle Sam.
Yeah, from your lips to God's ears on that one.
Yes.
Phil, one last question before we let you go, but Gary and I both entered the RV industry after the 08-09 recession and that downturn. Are there any parallels to draw, or is this recovery taking more than it took 15 years ago?
Well, I've been in this business for 40 years and I've seen it. And normally it would happen every 7.5 to 8 years if you go back and look in history. And we can complain right now about how tough it is. And as I say, we just have to work twice as hard right now for the same results. Looking back, we've had 13 years of growth and everyone's been very successful. And as I mentioned earlier, it's, the good dealers and the great dealers, a lot of them have changed their model and they're doing what they need to do for projected future growth. And that's going to happen. I feel very good about this industry. There's more campgrounds, more campground development, more people are getting into the business. There's been a lot of innovation. And as I mentioned before, price points.
Yeah.
Everyone has to work on price points.
Yeah. Gary, should we let him off the hook?
Yeah, we can. Maybe one more quick thing.
Yes,
Let
sir.
you talk a little bit about your organization, because the last time I talked to you, you talked a lot about the way it feels like a family, and how does that translate into your product lineup and your quality and things like that.
Oh, great question. Great question. I'm proud to be part of this company. It's always been a family-run, family-operated company. Everyone's here every day participating. Focuses on taking care of our customers. It's a great feeling. We have the flexibility to make a decision. You don't have to wait till next month's board meeting. If it's something that seems right, our customers are asking for, then you do it. Great company to work for. And just phenomenal respect for all of our dealers out there that are family-run dealerships. We have a connection there of doing business together. And there's a lot of dealers out there that I would say 35 to 37% of our dealers we've been doing business with for 30 plus years, whether they're
Awesome.
first generation or second generation, and now going on third generation ownership.
All right.
Very good.
Hey, one last thing. One of the last few times I saw you, we played golf. How's your golf game?
It's still the same. Terrible.
All right.
Phil, thank you so much. I'll get in touch with Jerome Powell here pretty soon so you can get that rate reduction in order, please.
Yeah, he missed our Zoom meeting earlier.
He does that, doesn't he?
Yep. Said he was busy.
All right. Phil, thanks again. Tell everybody there we said hello.
Hello. I do have one
Oh,
more thing for you, but you got to keep it a secret.
Okay.
We're coming out with a brand new Class C on a Ford Transit. We're adding that to our lineup.
well,
Oh, nice,
congratulations.
yeah.
Is that
And
also
it's going to be feature packed, and the dealers are going to love the price point. It's going to shock the market.
awesome?
Would that be
Awesome.
what they would that be what they call a B plus? I mean, it's a Class C. There's really no such thing as a B plus.
Yeah, it fits into that category.
Yeah.
Is that
very
an
cool? I'll be interested to see that. Be sure whenever it's out there, man, give us a heads up. We'll get something online right away.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I was fortunate enough to drive it yesterday. It drives like a dream. You don't feel like you're in a big Class C or a motorhome. You're going down the road really smooth.
Oh, so you've got a proto.
Yes.
Ah.
Well, Phil, thank you. A laminate and a Class B, C, B plus, whatever it might be. A couple of very, very good teasers. Thank you for that. And thank you for your time today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.